hotter. He is not the self-proclaimed creator of Krump. He is the creator of
What is
Krump.
Krump? Kingdom radically uplifted by the
Welcome everybody, welcome back to the Krump Inc. channel. I am your host and your nominated president, President Krump. I have a very special guest here, my bro. This is one of my real friends, probably best friend next to my wife. And we have been friends for a very long time. In Krump, outside of Krump, it's real. Everybody welcome my bro Bdash.
Woo! What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
AKA James Derrick, if you really don't know the whole situation. So, Bdash, I'm gonna ask you some questions, and I want you to be as real as possible, as much as you can say to these people.
Yes.
Say to them. So first, let's just get straight into it. Who is Bdash, and where do you come from?
Well, first of all, I am from Compton, California, and the name Bdash came from you actually. So, and I remember we were at Denny's. This was 2007. I think.
2007?
2007. We was at Denny's, and like somehow you thought of like, yo, just be like Bdash Truth.
Yeah.
And we had the Truth Fam.
The Truth Fam.
Yep.
We had the Truth Fam.
And somehow
It stuck.
It just stuck, and the Truth Fam was no more, and then Bdash. I was like,
yeah, you was Bdash Truth, and then when the Truth Fam dropped, it just fit.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Hey.
I forgot about that.
they in the Truth Fam. That's crazy.
What are you most passionate about in your career? What do you do now?
Well, what I do now, of course, I dance. That's something that I always dreamed of, was being a professional dancer, so to speak, especially a guy that's from Compton. I feel like that's a very impossible task.
For sure.
Who you know is who could make it through dancing is very impossible. But I wasn't afraid of it, and I just went for it, man.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. Don't give up. Never give up, no matter what the situation is.
This has always been.
Yeah.
You've always talked like this, though. Ever since I've been knowing you, this is the same. I mean, the phrase has changed, but the heart is the same. Nope.
Yep, that's one of my words. When I mean nope, no,
not giving up.
not giving up. And I just feel like that's something I'll just hold on to.
Okay, so let's get into your roots.
Okay.
How did you first get into dancing, and what drew you into Krump?
I would kind of dance. I used to watch Breaking, and
That movie?
The movie, Breaking. It was like Breaking 1, Breaking 2, Beat Street. So I used to watch that, and I used to get excited, and I used to try to copy as a kid. So I would mess around, but I was too into sports. So, yeah.
Wait, you was a football player?
I was a football player at first, and I was just very athletic, and that's what I was striving for, But that didn't work out. But how I started crumping was I saw Rise. And when I saw Rise in 2005, summer, I think when it came out, I was like, I want to do that. So I would be in my living room with the big screen TV, like not the flat screen, the big screen.
With the big booty.
Yes, with the butt back there, right? So I'll put it on, and I would just start practicing.
Dang.
I'll literally start practicing, and I literally said, I want to dance with you. I was like, I want to dance with Tighteyex in them. And somehow a person knew a person, and
dang.
Yeah, that's how it came about.
That trips me out, even though I know your story.
Yeah.
But it trips me out that you said this thing, and that's exactly what happened, to the point to where we've been friends for years sitting here. That's just crazy to me.
You know what's crazy? I was operating in faith without knowing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to do that. And then I actually
And you were actively you were putting it to action.
Yeah.
You were practicing.
I was
so
practicing.
You were serious.
I sucked, but
We're gonna get into that story.
Yeah.
I gotta tell y'all, the first time we actually did some training, it was hilarious. But let's move on. I think a lot of people want to know, and this is something that you expressed to me in private, but why did you step away from Krump?
This is the truth. Because I don't be talking about this stuff.
Yeah, just
So I felt that Krump was no longer God's dance.
Dang.
And I was like, something is off. And how can I say it the best? But that's like one of the main reasons. And also too, like we were broke. Like we had no money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what could we do to actually make a living out of this? Like, this is something I love to do. And I was like, something gotta change.
Yeah.
And plus I saw the first thing I just said. I was like, this don't look the same.
Yeah.
And that was just being truthful. And I'm just like, and we even had our back and forth,
Yeah,
right?
me and Bdash actually had a beef, and we're gonna
Yeah,
get into
we'll get to that.
But this is important because the movement is similar now. Like they want the dance, but they don't really want the purpose, which is God. Like God gave it to us.
Well, first of all, let me go back a little bit. I was a gang member. I don't think people understand that. I was literally from a gang. And if I didn't find Krump, and Krump was the very thing that helped me to get saved. So the fact, like when people say like, this dance, yeah, you could dance whatever how you want to, but you can't tell me that. Because I'm literally from Compton.
Yeah.
I've been shot at.
Yeah.
I've been in fights. I've been in gang violence, so to speak, right? And I know what danger is. So, like even my sister's been shot in the drive-by shooting. Like, so it's like these things I really experienced, and I always felt like, you know, like, what happens if I die? You know, it's a little deep, but I'm not. We could talk about that.
We gotta go there.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I always felt that way, and when I found Krump, it's like I found life, and not because of just Krump. It was God behind Krump.
Yeah.
What kingdom radically uplifted, mighty praise. That's not just a thing, right? That's really, and I experienced so much with Krump, and it literally changed my life. I literally got saved, and I stopped doing everything immediately, and I wanted to focus on God and dance.
Dang.
So that's, just to let the people know, so to speak. That's what I can remember right now.
That's a mouthful, man.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. You have, nobody can tell you, oh, that's not your story. You were a gang member. You found this dance. Then you found that God was the one behind it.
Yep.
Telling you to come, and you became this dance. And you're successful now.
Yeah.
You came from, I was there with you. I used to live with you.
Yep.
I used to
On the
sleep on your
floor.
floors.
I used to live with
So,
you.
yeah, it's like that. We used to sleep on each other's floors. He used to live with me.
Yep.
I lost my place. I went to live with him.
Yep.
That's the type of friendship we
Yep.
have. So I'll move on, but that's
And
crazy.
many other dancers too.
All right. Since we heard that you stepped away from Krump because you felt that God or the Spirit of God or the purpose had left it,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Krump right now, the current state?
Well, I think it's like this. I do watch there and there, and I'm a person. Remember, it was something you said in Rise. You were like, if you miss a week, like Krump outgrows you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that stopped. I feel like the style we kind of like, remember that era where it basically almost looked the same. Like I don't see no elevation.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like even people like, oh, I want to copy that style, so to speak. I feel like the style is kind of the same. Of course, there's people who are dope, and I never take away nobody's talent. Like people that work hard.
It's some talented people.
Yeah, it's some really good people, but I'm just saying as a movement, and I feel like when you attack God, you ain't gonna grow. And I think that I'm saying that from experience. I saw people start attacking God and they fail hard. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
There was like a pivotal point in the Krump game.
They had superpowers in Krump.
Yeah.
There are some little homies that they just became, even for me, I was like, dang.
Yep.
They turned and.
Then it's like, what is that? You know, I don't see the movement growing. And yeah, you could say, oh, I don't know. To be honest, like I don't care.
Yeah.
But I do know. You know, you taught me to where I'm able to like even teach,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, even the foundation, like people need to understand when you don't have foundation, it messes with your whole style. And what I'm saying about your foundation is about actually knowing what you're doing. Not just like, yeah, you could be good, but do you know how to actually teach that?
Yeah.
And that's something I always said. Like,
Crazy.
you could be so good, but you don't know how to teach it. Like, everybody is not teachers. That's what people I think need to understand. Everybody is not a teacher.
Like,
and it's okay.
It's the same words.
Bro,
Like, this is the same. And I love that you're coming from a place you can say this, because just give me some backstory. He was like number 2 in the game. That means if I remove myself, he's the guy. This happened in Krump. Everybody knew it. He battled. He earned his stripes in his own camera. So
Yep.
the Bdash was considered right next to me. This is in skill level, in performance. It didn't start like that, but it became like that. So
Yep.
he's speaking from.
yeah, hard work, man. Like, hard work and the Spirit of God, the anointing, right? And that's why I'm like, I'm not afraid to talk about God. Like, what you saying like, to me? Like, you can't bully me not talking about God, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, you didn't save me from death, whatever. But that's a different story. But
Man, you kind of answered two of my questions in one. So let's get into some more of our friendship,
Yeah.
because that's what really brought us here into this day. How did we first meet? Like, from your perspective.
okay, so at the time, I was with Slayer. He goes by Dragon and Rise, but a lot of dancers would know who Slayer is, Jason. And he was the one that actually helped me get safe. I remember it was in this Mustang. I remember it was outside of my house in this Mustang. See, I'm truthful, like, don't sugarcoat these things. And that's when he had a slaughterhouse, I think it was called. Remember, it was an event.
Yeah.
He had
It
some
was a
event.
slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Those used to be real bop.
Yeah, right. So, and that was my first time seeing you, was at Slaughterhouse. You probably don't remember because you probably was like focused on something else. But you saw me dance at Slaughterhouse, and I was whack. And you said I looked like a fish out of water. but so when I got into Krump, I went from my living room, like just being wild, literally to start battling. And that was something that was like crazy to me, because that's what I found out who I was in Krump. I'm a battler. Like, this is what I do. You got people that battle, you got people that do sessions, and there's different categories in that. Maybe even a great performer, right? But I literally start Krump battling immediately, and that's when I first met you. And then me and Slayer went to your house in Long Beach.
That's what I remember. I remember this.
That was the key point. And we actually, I don't know if it was the second time, because the second time I literally stayed at your house. Like, I moved.
Like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I moved into Chad's house, like literally the second time. First time, that's what happened. The first time, we was watching the Dunamis. And Slayer do this move where he get the thread with his
And he couldn't get he couldn't get his leg through. He was
so
the thread got stuck.
we paused the tape and we just going slow and just laughing at him like crazy. And I think that moment like just bonded us in a way, right? Because that word bond is way deeper than just like good times.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
that was it. I just feel like something sparked, and I was like, there's certain things you just can't control. Like, things happen, you like, whoa, this happened, and we just came like best friends after that. Yeah.
It made no sense.
Made no sense.
Slayer was like, "Oh, this is my homie. We call him Mook." I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh, what's up, Mook?"
Oh yeah.
And then
I forgot about that name.
next thing you know, like, we're dancing, we're talking, and then
Yep.
this is just the bro now. Like, he's living at my house. Okay, so what? It's like he was my brother automatically.
Yep. And I believe that was our like God moves. And what else? And we were together for like 8 years before like when I started pursuing like the dance and influencer route. So it was like a strong 8 years of battling. Man, and to be honest, like I used to have like the most difficult battles because I don't think people know this. I'm gonna give y'all a nugget for battling. Never go last.
Dang, that's
Because
a lot.
you're not battling the person no more. You're battling tiredness. Like people get tired of like, oh,
Yeah.
all right, here go another battle, right? So you gotta get people
Put it out there
So,
straight.
But for some reason, I always went last. Or second to last. It's like, bro, I was so like stressed out.
You talking about like at the events,
Events.
like your placement, it's best that you get straight
Yes.
to the.
Sorry, yeah, at Krump events, if you are on a list, try to go first or second. Like these like other ones.
Like 70, number 73. You're like,
Oh
no,
my
I can't
God.
do it.
Man,
But what you said is true. As for a person, I've battled more than any Krumper in the world.
Yep.
Going first in a battle is the same principle. People always think save the best for last. It's like, no,
bro.
you put it out there 1st. And if they can't catch up, oh well.
Yep.
Which is why I seek to go first now, but
Yeah.
that wasn't how I was like told to do it.
Yep, no, bro. But I learned that from
Dang.
experience in the battles, you know. And it's not something like, like you taught me in a way. And not just that. And I learned how to just do certain things with like crowd control, crowd control because of that. Because literally you want hype.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you want the hype.
Yeah.
But I stopped dancing for the hype. And when I stopped dancing for the hype, that's when I learned how to make people hype up for me.
Dang. This stuff it's happening. He's an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. So 8 years of battling crazy and dude, crazy. Like the training and kind of going back to that too. Remember the training, I don't think people know this, but I said this to Ches probably a couple months ago. I was like, I was like your first SLX
Bro,
student.
this is the question. This is what I was getting ready to ask you about training, like, and as far as being a student.
I recognize this. This is the truth. I realized Ches was the best Krumper, right? I'm not just saying this, like, it's proof. And you could say whatever you want to say about Ches, but Tighteyex is the greatest of all time Krumper. And I'm like, I need to learn from him. And you need to respect who's teaching you. And I feel like I had a lot of respect for you. And I was able to learn from you like crazy. And so we practiced, we went for, I think it was 3 months straight. I remember this. It was 3 months. And we went to your mama's house every night. We will probably go at 10 to 11 to 12. It depends. In that green freaking, I don't know what that car was.
Yeah.
But,
Was it
and
Corolla? Was it a Corolla?
I think it was a Corolla.
Yeah.
The green Corolla. And it was from like 10 to, we'll leave like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then we'll go back to your house in Long Beach, sleep all day, then do it again. We were crazy, man. We were crazy. But for 3 months straight without battling, without no sessions, it was just straight training. And I know this. I don't know if you guys know this. Training and lapping is 2 different things to me. 3 months, full blown, like, and this stuff I did not know how to do. He was making my body do things like, but this is when I discovered something. It would be so hard the day I learned that. The next day, somehow,
Boom.
I had it.
Caught it, yeah.
I caught it. It was like, whoa, okay, this works. And it wasn't just like, I start feeling how I was moving, not just like whatever.
Yeah.
So we did that for 3 months, and then the first time we danced at a session, I was terrible.
Yeah.
So so it's not like you get trained for these 3 months and you just like super good.
You
No,
gotta work it out.
you got to work it out, and I think that's a great like example of life too. Like you have to work everything out. Nothing is easy. Anything you don't know how to do is never easy at first. So, yeah.
At one point, we like really
Yeah.
weren't friends. Like we almost weren't friends anymore. So let's talk about what happened, what that situation was, and how we managed to work through it without going online and slandering each other.
Yeah.
Like they do today. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
Well, that was a time where I feel like, man, I don't think God is in this movement right now. And I was like, we are broke. And so look, I wasn't trying to do this by myself. It was a fight. I literally was like, yo, let's be a dance crew. Like legit, let's make up choreography. Let's do the social media thing. And some of the chairs wasn't really about it.
Feeling it. I'll tell you one, I was not feeling it. That wasn't my.
Yep. So he wasn't feeling it at first, and then for a long time wasn't feeling it, and then I got to a point I was like, man, we gotta do something. So I was like, I'm just gonna show him. So at the time, then me and Kevin started going to North Hollywood, and we danced with Wildebeest. We did that.
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah, and then somehow, look, this is how it works. I stayed in North Hollywood. Somehow, and that was with her name is Kit, and to this day I respect her. She let us stay at her house for 8 months without pay, until she helped us to get off our feet.
Wow, that's some real help.
Yeah, it's real help, right? So that's when I started to do the movement. But in this time, this is when I started doing the influencer, so to speak, thing, right? And choreography. At that time, I feel like Ches was just wasn't supporting me. And then we was going back and forth, and I would speak to somebody because I was just kind of frustrated. I just need somebody to talk to, and I learned from that. And then the person went back and told you. Yeah. And then you was you just sent me this thing, bro, blah blah blah. I don't even remember what you said. I deleted it. I was like,
we exchanged words. It was words exchanged.
And then I was like, all right, cool. And I'm a person, I do not go back and forth like that. If you want to go that way, fine, right? I would do a little bit tug, but I'm like, cool, do your thing. I'll leave you alone. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I remember you wrote that long one. I literally just said something super simple after that. I was like.
It was always like that.
Yep.
Super to the point, simple.
Yep. That's how I operate. I'm very to the point, simple. Okay, no. No forcing. Yeah. Never was like that. And then from there we just kind of quiet for years. The thing though, I always told him I never hated Ches. I was I always respect him. I was best dancer to me, and I was no, let him do what he got to do. I'm not gonna sit here lash out on you on social media. I'm I never do that. I still to this day, can you guys see?
And you're being trashed online by some of these so-called
yeah. So it's and I just got to take that. And it's do I don't know, right?
See,
but
we connected this. We different.
Yeah.
You've always. I can see that you've remained like this. I don't expect anything more from you, and it's not that you don't care. This is just how your heart is.
Yeah.
You're just like that.
I'm very simple and focused when I want to, when I'm doing something. And it's just because if I don't talk to you or anything, doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just literally I'm focusing on whatever I'm focusing on at that time. And but we had 2014 that happened about the so-called beef. I really didn't call it. I just called it it wasn't even really a beef. It was just
a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding. It was just a separation.
Yeah.
Right. 2014, I saw you at the audition. 2016, and I'm gonna say this. I was at the audition, and I was at the time. I was I wanted to let Ches know that I forgave him. I forgive you.
Oh, this was was it a Nike audition?
I think it was Adidas.
Adidas? Okay.
The Adidas, yeah. It was an Adidas audition. And I told Ches, I walked up to him, I was like, man, forgive me for straight. So, and yeah, and still it was cool, everything's cool. And still nothing I'm here, you need me, whatever, but we wasn't together how we was, right? Because the reason why I'm saying is we were so together for a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, I'm gonna tell when I tell my side, maybe people don't understand.
Yeah.
It was every single day for
Yeah.
years and years and years.
Yep.
We were together every single day.
Yep.
The majority of the day.
Yep. Literally, we lived together.
Lived together.
Yep.
We went to church together.
Yep.
And we was in that church
Yep.
for long hours.
Yep.
So it was like you have a person that's with you every day for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't think people knew that because we can't tell you that, but you see it danced and you see the brotherhood, but you don't know why.
Yeah. It's so much suffering, so to speak, bonding, going through certain different things people won't. You can't really. You got to go through that to
Yeah.
really understand it.
Yeah,
That's the best way I could say that. And
that's crazy.
but then, yeah, then what? A couple years later, 2020, you could tell your side more of that because
Yeah.
I feel like I was like, yo, I was with Vic. I was like, yo, let's do a video with Chess.
This is us coming back
Back.
into like, this is after the forgiveness. Like we
Yeah,
forgave each
yeah.
other, and man, that experience was crazy for me because of how my mind was
Yep.
on the way. So
Yep.
that's a whole nother thing. But
Yep.
this is after.
Yeah,
Like
and-
I'm with my baby KO. Like
Yep.
we're doing our thing, and then I meet back up with my bro.
Yeah. So, cause my thing is, I am. If you my brother, I will always be willing, cause I already forgave like that's my motto. That's the point of, I feel like the gospel is forgiveness. That's the key point. And I feel like it's being like, phew,
Yep.
over people say like, it's gone.
Yeah, they don't
but I'm
think
like,
about it at all.
excuse me, that is
That's
the
the gospel.
That is the gospel. That's
the
what
thing.
he came to die for. Our sins.
for us to be forgiven.
So I take that wholeheartedly because I'm gonna say this bluntly. He says, "My Father will forgive you if you forgive others.
Yep.
If you don't forgive others, He will not forgive you." So I take that very
That's
seriously.
scary,
It's
man.
scary to me. Why? Because I believe I was close to death too many times in my young age, and I always feared that. And that's something that really like helped me get saved. It was like, whoa.
That fear of death.
Yeah, because I was like, this is serious. You could go at any
go.
moment. And
We
I
had some
want
situations where
y'all, man. Oh my God, I forget.
it almost happened.
Yep.
Right in front of our eyes.
When people do me wrong, I'm like, okay, and they might not think they doing me wrong, but I'm just like,
You're my bro. I'm with you every day. Like you're closer to me than my family members.
yeah,
So it's me, you, then Zarius came, and we're walking together. Not only are we're getting breakfast jacks for food, we're eating 12 breakfast jacks a day because they're cheap.
yep, we didn't have the money.
We're dancing for 6 hours every night. We're eating breakfast jacks on the way home. We're sleeping all day. Like we had something, but we was missing something.
Yep.
And I felt like you caught it, but I could not see. Because I was being told, no, Krump the street is from the street, and Hollywood had rejected me. So I had a bitter taste
Yeah.
in my mouth about Hollywood when I first came in. So I was like, how you gonna go back to them? I feel like you can't leave me. Why you gonna leave me here? So I was kind of pouting about it, but I didn't understand what you had caught.
Yeah,
Like just because I'm tie-dyes don't mean I'm right. Like I stayed there, which made people think. Now I see, makes people want to stay there instead of like looking. And then when I started to work in the industry, I was like, dang, Bdash was right.
yeah. There's something I realized. Everywhere you go, there's gonna be a problem. It's life. If you don't think so, I think you a little too delusional. And it's like, that's something I realized, like, in that time, too. I was like, everywhere, I said this to myself, everywhere I go, there's going to be issues. So I'm like, yeah, of course there's going to be issues in Hollywood. But we fight. We fight through that stuff. And this is where I started. I was like, I legit started my dancing. I started over. I had to learn choreography. And even then, I was like, I want to be an influencer. Why? Well, don't you want to be an entrepreneur? It's the same. It's the same concept, right? A business entrepreneur, you want to run your own stuff. So that's what I did, and it worked. Like
I love that. It worked.
it worked. It's not like I'm just saying something like oh, because of this, because of that. No,
It worked.
it worked because too. Foundation also because of Krump. I learned to it's a foundation just to get something started, work on it every day, right? So I jumped in classes. I had some, because of my name at the time, I didn't even realize who I was. I really not, even to this day, that's not my like main thing. Like I don't really care who like, oh, Bdash. Like that's why I can seem shy. I can seem, I guess, mean or because I have a straight face. Like even when I dance, I always had like this straight
it's crazy
face.
because you did some like monumental things for people like us. Like you were on America's Best Dance Crew.
Yep.
Like with me,
Yep.
it was something that I remember you were excited about it. You made me excited about it, and we started to create stuff. So
Because I'm like, this is it. Let's do it.
But that's when I started to see like maybe we're deceived somewhere with Krump. Like Krump is this beautiful thing, but why still looking like a
Yes. And that was my main mission to be an influencer, was to literally influence. Not like all money this, money that. I'm like, and everybody too, and get this lie out of people's head, delusion. Like everybody want a career. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you live. We live in an economic world.
Yeah, you have to make something happen.
Right? So, yeah, it's not about money, but you need it because we live in this world, right? My thing was like, I want to help. I wanted to help, like, the Krump community, but they probably don't know that. But I really wanted to help, and before me actually to help, they trying to tear me up and trying to tear everything down. And it's like, and this is why I stopped battling, because you can't do two at the same time. And that's what I realized. Like you can't dab in battling and then try to work in this industry. No, you need to have one focus for a season.
One focus.
You know, you need to have one focus on something for that season, so you could get out of your situation. Then maybe go back and battle.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. But at least you could have. At least you could be stable and not worry about battling, and you gotta worry about bills to pay. Like, yo, you don't understand. We like, oh my God, we were struggling so bad. So I was like, this is enough. And I was like, I feel like this is a way. And I saw people like, that's why we hit up Wildebeest. Like, hey bro, like, kind of like, what's up? And we took that route. And even Kevin, so to speak, at the time, he was focusing on that, but also he wanted to battle still. But I was like, no, like I'm like when I said I stopped battling,
I was like gone.
I was like,
no, nothing.
boom. When I say nope,
It's no.
it's no. So I was already going viral with certain things. I was finding this niche, basically my thing, like, and somehow I was going viral with certain stuff.
I remember it.
And
I remember seeing it. Look, I don't like Kevin. I think he's a Judas. I think he's a biatch. Straight. But I saw you and that guy on World of Dance. This performance had changed my heart. I remember watching it in my garage and I was recording the album. And I saw it on Instagram and I was like, dang, they did it. The floodgates are open. Like, I was stupid. I woke up. Like, what we're doing is not the way. That's the way. At least I saw just a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing out here battling? And that's where I started to have a problem with it in my heart, and that's what changed my heart about.
wow,
what
I didn't
you were
know
doing.
that.
And I reposted it. I ain't never reposted nothing. It was coming out of me. I couldn't believe, like, they found the gold. Let's go. I knew you had something to do with that because that was your focus.
Yeah.
Like, you went for that, and then I had to see it, even though I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah, and literally that's what I was doing it for. I was like, I want people to see, you know, like, yo, evidence. Like, bro, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I
At
figured it
least
out.
you broke through the door. Like, you
Yeah.
went from this world,
Yeah.
successful in this world.
Yep.
Like, crazy.
Yeah, because I was about to go by myself on World of Dance. I was about to do that. So, but it worked out for that reason at that time, right? So it's like, and that's not even what started it. Like, people need to understand, like, even TV shows don't start. you have to still work harder. Like, oh, I was on this TV show. That's why this. No, that's not how it works. Like, you can go viral. I was finding out too. You can go viral, and it's still not it.
Yeah.
Like I had one of the me and y'all had one of the biggest dance videos.
Yeah. That
right?
whole Nutcracker thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right? So it did something, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And I was realizing like that's still not it. So it was a big seeking process, and I always wanted to help do it with somebody, so to speak. Not even help. I always want to do it with somebody else because I don't care about that fame, so to speak. Like, oh, Bdash is like, no, I like
trying to do something.
I'm trying to do something. And even when I'm making up stuff, I try to think of the picture, not like, oh, let's do this move because I said so. I never was like that. I'm thinking about, and what's funny was, like, even when me and Yaya would dance, like, why you got Bdash, blah, blah, blah. Like, Yaya could have did this by herself. These are the comments I was already getting, right? Crazy, right? So I'm already kind of like,
people be hating.
I'm just like, but people don't understand the detail of why it looks so good. If I'm not there, so to speak, would it be the
what
same?
it is. No.
Or if she wasn't there, would it be the same?
It was
no.
the mixture. It was the right mix, the right work. It takes work to make that look like that.
Yes, the right picture, and not just that, the right sound. Like we created a sound, and that beat still be. And then so I learned something from that, and then that's how I get the it. I did that, then I did the Joker. Well, I did it first actually, but I did the Joker and stuff.
That was the concept you and Kevin did on the World of Dance. Like,
yeah, because of I did it by myself.
And that was a concept that y'all took.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Dang.
So it's like, and because of the it concept, and people don't understand this, bro. I was running. I used to run a lot. First of all, I don't know. Like, I didn't know why I was running. I was like, why am I running right now? But so running, and I get this idea, it by
So
running,
just drop.
just drop. I was like, and the idea, you know what I got? The balloon moving across the stage.
Like, you got that visual?
Yep. Of the balloon.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I was like, I don't have to do nothing else. Literally,
You know, like, this is it. You know it. You know it.
because of the battling in Krump.
Yes,
Like, you know what a
yes,
kill-off
yes,
is,
yes,
right?
yes,
So that's why
yes.
it really goes back down to my roots, right? So it's like, once this balloon go across me, people don't know how it's moving.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy.
They're gonna go
And
crazy.
that's gonna cause something.
Yep.
Like,
And
you
then-
got shown this moment in the. It's like
Yeah.
prophetic stuff, man.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very creative, right? It's in the creative realm. And look, because of that moment causes
All of this.
all the other moments, like now the one you seen with the balloon, like it caused that moment. So that's why your opportunities are important. Like, those moments are very important. They could either change your life, or it could, either way, it's going to change your life, right?
Yeah.
So either for the good or bad.
That's crazy, because you made me believe in the social media realm. I know nothing about it. My wife does, but she's in a different, like, she knows this. I'm from the street. I freestyle. This is all we do. So street. But you taught me how to, like, do videos and be consistent in that. So it's like you turned around and trained me to where now I can do Krump. I can still do what I do, but now I can serve it like this. And it expanded my mind. It expanded everything. Even me and my wife now, she getting bought too. Bro. Like, conceptually, because now it's open for me.
Yeah, like my motive is to really help people.
Yeah, and that's real help. Like, I experienced that. So it's not like, oh, I'm helping you by sending you a text message. Hope all is well.
Yeah, like, no,
Send me
like
some money, man.
like
Help.
people be broke, bro.
You can't send no money. So all you guys just text, man, why we in this position.
Like, man.
I don't like to bring this guy up, and you do what you want. How Kevin, and I know you brought him into the entertainment industry. I know you brought him, so you're not saying it. I saw it. You brought him in.
Yeah.
Like a big homie would, and you brought him somewhere. And now, all of the stuff he's been saying and the rumors about you and your wife, like, what?
Well, for example, like, I wouldn't say I brought Kevin in, right? Because I don't want to get no credit for it. Like, or
Right.
no, Kevin did his.
He
That's
did
Kevin's
his
choice.
thing, but the door.
Yeah, I mean,
like the door got open.
yeah, like
by.
I mean, well, shoot.
That's just me, man. You
Yeah, I know.
I'm just.
I know Kevin. I really don't want to like talk about it because I'm just like, I don't like to talk about. I don't like to talk about business, especially on platforms like documentaries. Like to me, just notice I don't believe in that. Why? Because you could really destroy a friendship. You could probably think you're doing the right thing. You are right, right? And when the person thinks what they're doing is right, there's nothing you can tell that person. But I really don't want to talk about it. It's kind of like, yeah, because it's
No
like,
problem.
yeah,
No
like,
problem.
my thing is, do your thing, bro. Leave me alone. Like, do your thing.
Is there some type of legal thing involved?
Well, yeah, that's yeah. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about stuff that's like,
Got you.
especially in lawsuits
It's a
and stuff
lawsuit.
like.
All right.
Especially like even the documentary, I don't want to really.
I thought the doc was trash, but
Yeah.
let's move on. Do you think that this what happened is affecting Krump? Like all of this betrayal and all of it. Do you think it's
100%. Adam fell, right? All men fail. Jesus saved. You could be saved now.
Yeah.
It took one man. It takes one thing to destroy something. It's hard to build, but easy to tear down. That's the best way I would say that. When you think you're doing God's will and when you're really not, like how do you really know? You know? And it's like, it's the best thing to do is kind of like take a step back and be humble about it and like chill and really find out like what's really going on.
Yeah.
Because you could tear down everything. And it might not look like that. It might look all good, but I think that those moves could mess up. It just mess up dancing. Like, oh, dancers are sloppy. Dancers are this, dancers that. It's like, it's not a good move. And it's like, things could be handled way differently. That's all. It's like, y'all, it's people that I believe is immature. They really don't know what a problem is, and it's just, they handle it immaturely. But
It's almost like it's a culture of it. Like this is how the famous people tell you to handle your problems, and people are just repeating this. Like, I don't think this is the way you help people if they're in that type of danger. Or maybe I'm just crazy and I come from a different time, but what do you guys consider real help or hurt? It's like you're gonna help me by hurting me?
Yeah,
How does this work?
like, so what I say, first of all, don't matter. That's already hurting me. You're not listening to what I'm saying. And then it's like, how do you expect to help me by attacking me? You got to make that make sense.
Man,
Like-
this is how people think God is. People think God is like that. That's why they think by attacking you, they're doing God's will.
Yeah, it's
because
like-
they got this thing, like think God does sick stuff like that.
God doesn't make you sick and then heal you.
I let it be. It's true.
Yeah.
Why?
God is good, bro.
Yeah, that's not a cool thought to have.
Yeah, it's not a cool thought, and God is good, and people need to just know that there is a devil and there is God.
There
It's
you
that
go.
simple.
It's
like,
too-
devil do bad, God do good. Let's be elementary here. Like, it's very simple.
It's just the truth. If we can't say this, then we're in a crazy place.
Yeah.
There is evil and there is good. How do we know? You got people that do good and people that do evil.
And not just word of mouth. I don't believe in that. A lot of people could say so many things. It's like I like to back up off of situations and really look into something and then go off of that. And
Yeah,
even then,
get all
I'm still
of the
not going to
stuff.
react accordingly to what
Yeah.
everybody else is saying. So,
I mean, they put your life out there. If it was me, I'd been out here fighting and I was trying to just do everything. But
yeah.
we have a different hearts. Doesn't mean it's bad. We're just different.
Yeah.
But I can learn something from this.
I could learn something from that. It's
It's
like we need each other.
Yeah.
Like,
we need each other.
other.
So why would you bite and kill each other?
yeah, we actually need each other. Like, I just think if you got a problem with your brother or your sister, don't go to the world to try to solve the problem. Like, don't go to people trying to solve the problem because look at the world right now. Like, just look at it. It's like,
crazy.
It's crazy to me.
How are you moving forward with all of this? Like, how do you and your wife, which is my sister, like she's in the family, so I consider her family too. Now she has another brother.
Yeah.
And also we're living the same type of lifestyle. How are you moving forward? How do you get up? How do you still,
Man,
without going wild?
just, I'm trying to tell y'all, God is real. Peace is real. You can't fake certain things. Like, you got people attacking you.
Yeah, you got peace.
Like, you cannot fake certain things. That's what I'm like Miranda's Miranda. Like, people don't understand that. Like, that is her. That's what that is legit her.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think people don't know her. They think they know somebody. I'm like, that's crazy.
Like, I know her.
Yeah, it's like, that's Miranda. She comes in the room, she lights it up. No matter what anybody says, that's what.
Yeah, she's the highlight of this whole freaking
the thing.
Boom. No Miranda knows.
No,
I ain't gonna
nothing,
say
right?
that, but no Miranda, no story.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, we know the real reason.
Yeah.
You can't lie about these
Yeah.
things. Like, I live with her. She's literally like that. It's like,
Because like somebody trying to tell you how your wife is, it's like, no, she's like this. This is her whole. She's not faking.
she's not faking anything. So it's like
That's funny.
the most beautiful human being you could come across in this world. I mean, that's why I married her. Like, instantly I knew. I was like, and it's okay if people don't agree with it, but
Yeah. People ain't happy when people come from the hood end up with their dream girl. They don't like that. I thought it would be a good love story, but they really don't like it. If you meet your dream girl like this is it, they hate you for that.
yeah, I mean, it's so much that goes into our story that people don't know. It's crazy. It's like when I first got saved. It's like, nope,
You can't tell me nothing.
you can't tell me nothing. I don't care who you are.
All right. Well, we work on music together still.
Yep.
We recently made some music together. What would you share with people about the music that we're dropping, or the music that we make?
Shoot, I just be making music.
Make the music.
I
Yeah,
just
we
make the
always did
music,
it.
and I send it over to Chaz and see if he like it, and like just work it out. And yeah, I mean, I've been making beats for what, 2008, I think. I've been on and off, but
You've made some beats that changed Krump, though.
Yeah.
And we've collabed on it, we've danced it, so we saw
Yeah.
what sound can do, the right
Yeah.
sound can do.
yeah, and it's funny too, cause it's like I don't know what sound is what, like, so to speak. I don't even know how to play instrument, like an instrument like that. I'm trying to learn, but it's like,
You're learning the bass now, right?
yeah, so it's like, cause that's actually my favorite part of music. I don't
bass.
think people know, like,
Yeah,
if
I
you-
know, my chest,
Yeah.
bump my chest, my heart's like, turn the bass down. Like,
Yeah, I had a car with a beat, and it had like these 12s
Bro,
in it. And
I
used to-
never had
Yep.
bass that hurt.
Yep.
Your bass hurt, and Bdash just be like, I'm like, oh man. That's
So
a funny
bass
one.
is like my favorite instrument. So, and I'm still trying to figure out bass. It's like an art to like really know how to mix it and things like that. But yeah, also with music, I focus on the sound, like the frequency of, do this sound good?
Yeah.
If not, I'll cut it.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling it, I'll just be like, sometimes I don't start over. I just keep messing with the beat, messing with it, then I'll find something. Sometimes I just like, no, I don't like this. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta cut it.
Just gotta cut it off. Yeah, I just think we keep making it, just
Yeah.
come out with something.
They don't even know which tracks I'm talking about as of right now, but some of the music that you hear, Bdash has been behind. So
Yeah.
we still make music together. When you first start making beats, like, I dance to it. We're
Yep.
just trying to encourage each other, and then you mess around and like listen to this beat. I'm like, dang, how did you learn how to do this? You're not going to school. Like,
Nope.
you're literally learning.
That is crazy.
So it was, I saw it happen. I'm like, how does this dude know how to, what's a compressor? I remember you was telling me about it. I was looking like, what is this stuff? I don't understand it. Just make the beats. But you were telling me what you were learning. I'm like, how? You ain't going to school?
Bro, I don't understand it at times, but I do a little bit now. But at the time, I was like, this is what you gotta do to make it sound better. Remember, we made Street Gully.
Yep.
And then we went to Soulfly's house. Mm-hmm. That's what changed my mixing perspective.
I was like mathematical with it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand Jack. I'm just gonna rap.
Yeah, Soulfly is a producer. He produced for many artists, I believe now, but
Crazy producer.
super crazy. And he was into like making dance beats, like freestyle, not Krump, but like
His beats
freestyle.
was bumping too.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
they'll get you there.
So Krump beats are very, we all know, right? It's very intense. But his beats were just louder.
Yeah.
Like the kick, the snare. Super
Crystal
clear.
clear.
I was like, how you do that? And he was telling me, I was like, I don't understand anything you're saying. So I went in time to like learn how to kind of mix and break down certain things. I'm still like, to this day, still figuring out some
And
things.
Krump music is a sound that you have more experience on making. So you can like just make Krump music.
Yeah.
So you know how that's supposed to sound.
Yeah.
So that's you're learning how things supposed to sound, but you know the sound of this particular thing.
Because when you get the sound right, that's why people enjoy music, is the actual frequency of how great an engineer is. Man, it is the engineer is what makes music great.
We talked about a lot. I actually want to have you back on the Krumping show again. Would you come?
Of
Maybe
course.
like you could break down some battles.
Oh yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about it before. I can make my judgment. I guarantee that it'll be the same thing.
Yeah. That'll be
something.
good. That'll be good.
But yeah, man, would anything else you want to share with your fans? Because you still got fans.
Yeah.
Like people overseas, they still rock with you. I just came from Germany.
Respect.
It's Bdashers or nothing, even if they not repping. So like people like Solomon, like he's always
that's
talking
my
about
guy.
you. So what would you say to your fans and the people that actually Krump that wonder where you are?
It kind of go back to what I was talking about in the beginning. Like I really just don't give up and just keep going. Like stuff happen, good things happen, bad things happen. I just keep going. Sounds probably cliche, but serious. Like
It's for real.
it's for real. And I will just help to inspire others by just do what you love, you know, because that's what makes it fun. You know, if you're not doing what you love, then it's like, you'll get tired and you'll stop doing it.
You'll burn out.
You'll burn out. So I really love to dance. I love to Krump. Like I didn't stop Krumping, I stopped battling.
Yes. It's a difference, people.
It's a difference. Like, and so I just took what I was doing, and that's what I discovered. I'm doing the same thing. I just took it somewhere else. It's like, oh, I need to tell myself that now. Like, do the same thing somewhere else. You know, and that same thing is like, take your foundation and use it on everything. And understand, like, no, you're going to suck at first, but then you keep doing it, you'll get better.
See, these are wise words from somebody I would consider an OG. This is an example. This is not some fable storyteller trying to get something off of little to no work. This is somebody who has worked. I've worked side by side with him. I follow him too. Like we help each other. This is a friendship here. It's not just like Krump dance, little homie. This is my brother. Like we live together. So this is what Krump is really about. Like the praise, the God. Well, give me some evidence. Look at relationships like these. Even though there hasn't been all good, who can have that in a real relationship? We move past it. I didn't produce a documentary about the bro. Ain't no cameos coming from like it's.
That's crazy.
We can handle it, and we handle it, and some things don't need to be talked about.
Yep.
It's just forgiveness.
Yep. It's like,
Boom, change of heart. You see me at a downtime. My health was bad. I was with KO can attest to this. you know, I was looking like
Yeah.
I was looking like
Like-
I was lean
And also too, your brother died.
yeah. ER passed, had a huge effect on me. So this is right after I'm like ripe for destruction. Right before I destroyed myself, my wife came in. And like when I started to get that creative spark, you came. It was you and Vic. Y'all
Yep.
came into our apartment, and I was just like, I just want to be around better people, good people, because I thought I was about to die. So those first videos, I was getting life from those videos. Like maybe I can still do something, and I start to enjoy it.
To me, that's the reason for living. You know what I'm saying? To help somebody else. That's what Jesus did.
That's what he said. Love one another. Like, how do we do that?
Like, you gotta be there for one.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, be there for people, man. Don't tear people down and trying to make something happen for them from another way. Like, no, you gotta be there for people and listen to them. Don't think you know it. Like, listen to who's involved. Like, listen to them people, man. Like, don't just like, no, you wrong. You don't know that. Like, that's not even common sense. Like, listen to, like, for example, if me and you beefing, maybe listen to both of us before,
Before
saying a
making a
judgment.
judgment.
Like, what the heck?
We both had our own ways. You gotta listen to both. No two people are the same. No two faces are the same. So how do we get through that?
Like, understand you different and know how to know how to work together. Know how to do things together. Like, all right, I know Chaz don't like this, so let me not do that.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Or he like this, so let me do. It's like, bro, like really get to learn.
It's love, man. When you love someone, you want to give them something. You want to give.
And I think you don't know that if you got a selfish nature. You won't ever know that. You will always look out for yourself. And I think that's the lie that the world says, like, take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. And it's like, is it? No, that's not the message of Jesus.
That's not what Elohim said, man. That's not what he said.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He was like, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Whoever believes in him should not perish and have everlasting life.
But
John
that
3:16.
love gave, though.
Love gave. He gave himself. But I don't want to.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, look, this is my bro. We can go forever.
Yeah.
And we will, because we eternal life. But this is Krump Inc. I'm the President Krump. This is what I would consider.
Oh my God.
OG. Look, it's a game, but it's not a game.
Yeah.
So this is my bro. So we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
20 years in the making, and here we are. And the truth is finally going to be spoken.